I've lost my mind doing this game, yeah? Like Vincent van Gogh. He dedicated his life to his art and lost his mind in the process. That's happened to me. But it, when that gold belt was around my waist, when my mother has a big mansion, when my girlfriend has a different car for every day of the week, when my kids have everything they ever want, then it will pay. Then I'm happy I lost my mind, yeah? I'll die a crazy old man.
To me, that's what dreams are, you know, that's what my dreams are, carrying that flag in there and representing my country. There's too many fake motherfuckers carrying other flags and it's supposed to be Irish and blah, blah, blah. I know where I'm from, you know what I mean? I'm gonna go out and represent my country, man.
What does it mean to you to be part of this film? Why the collar?
You like the colour?
Yeah,
I'm just pulling that back out.
Okay.
What was hard was, it was time consuming. 18 hours on set, very little rest. It was strange to me, but look at the cream on top of that. You need the spoon. You go at that with a spoon, my man. You go at that with a spoon. You enjoy it. Keep going. Under the label, you want it. Under the label. Now, there, boom. That's it. That's your first sub. The first sub has got to hit the label.
Conor McGregor was and always will be one of the greatest fighters in the history of mixed martial arts.
He heard him. Looking to finish the fight. It is all over. Conor McGregor is the UFC interim featherweight champion. Just like that. Is the new UFC featherweight champion of the world.
However, we sadly have to mention the exact fight when everything went downhill and we lost that very version of Conor McGregor, the notorious Irishman, and simply an idol for millions of fans.
Why, guys? Why? Why so serious?
Year of 2015. Conor McGregor sensationally defeated the King of Rio in record-setting 13 seconds and became the new undisputed UFC featherweight champion. From that moment on, the Irish star ascended to the Olympus of fame and became red hot as the sun.
Again, nobody can take that left-hand shot, but I tell you, he's powerful and he's fast, but precision beats power and timing beats speed, and that's what you saw there.
Right after that, the Notorious decided to go down in history as the first double champion of the world's best league, who was holding 2 belts in different weight classes simultaneously.
He has a title. He has nothing else but that. He is a free TV fighter. He has nothing else to offer me except that gold belt. 2015 was my year. 2016 is also my year. Every year is my f***ing year.
The plan of the notorious Irishman were not meant to come to life, at least not in the way he initially wanted them to.
The show will go on, so who is McGregor going to fight?
A lot of guys wanted this fight, but we ended up with Nate Diaz. We felt this was the fight to make and the fight that the fans wanted to see.
He's like a little cholo gangster from the hood, but at the same time he coaches kids jiu-jitsu on a Sunday morning and goes on bike rides with the elderly. He makes gun signs with the right hand and animal balloons with the left hand. So you're a credit to the community.
Fuck you. Fuck you. I don't give a f*** what you say, motherfucker. Yeah, thugging on mine, motherfucker. What you got?
Good for Dana.
He even tried to pick on John Anik the other day. He has a bully mentality until a real man shows up. Like Mike Tyson said, he's scared of the real man.
John Anik, fuck you. How about that?
In the lead up to one of the biggest events, Conor, in his best traditions, absolutely dismissed Nate Diaz and clearly underestimated him, which he paid for with his first loss inside the UFC since his debut. However, this wasn't a breaking point for him at all. Soon, A charged up Irishman came back and avenged his loss to Stockton's impudent son.
Notorious Conor McGregor!
Surprise, surprise, motherfucker! The king is back!
And after that, conquered the second championship in the lightweight division, sending Eddie Alvarez's head into the stratosphere, who in comparison to McGregor looked like a rookie who tried on the fighting gloves for the very first time.
It is all over! History has been made! Conor McGregor is the U.S.
I've spent a lot of time, Joe, slating everybody in the company. Backstage, I'm starting fights off everybody. I've ridiculed everyone on the roster. I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, I'd like to take this chance to apologize to absolutely nobody. The double champ does what the he wants.
After a stunning success with 2 belts on his waist, our beloved notorious Irishman announced that he wanted to take a little break. Conor motivated his decision that he was about to have a kid and he wanted to spend some time with his family.
So I can keep going all day, but I'm aware of my worth, and now I've got a family. Now I've got a kid on the way. So
time precisely puts everybody and everything in its place. As it turned out, absolutely every accomplishment, PPV records, hype and promotion of a particular Irish figure had only one goal: to organize a boxing match between Conor McGregor and Floyd Mayweather, who changed the further life of the notorious both for the better and for the worse.
And the new king of boxing.
You're a comedian. This is Bruce Lee.
We need to mention that the fight of the MMA fighter and one of the greatest boxers of all time, who at that moment had a record of 49-0, managed to live up to all expectations. McGregor looked solid in comparison to a very experienced veteran and had his moments throughout the fight. Sure, he lost by a TKO in the 10th round. However, the mere fact of such an unprecedented case and staggering success is enough to respect the significance of the Irishman.
the crowd is amazing every time. The fans really love it. Do you know what I mean? I'm happy that I can come and give a fight for the fans, because there's a lot of fights that don't live up to it. Do you know what I mean? I can't give it my best.
Despite the result, McGregor definitely wasn't a loser that night. He made the biggest amount of money in his entire career, more than before and perhaps later in the UFC, around $100 million. These are unbelievable figures for the MMA fighter, and since then none of the fighters could even get close to that. This very fight became the point of no return for our hero, which marked the beginning of his slow but steady decline in the sport.
Pretty much this whole time, and we're not talking about fighting tonight. You know, he put on a great performance. We're not talking about fighting. You know how he is, man. When he's ready, he'll let me know.
This breaking moment got into the Notorious's head and made him kick over the traces. Having enough money for several lifetimes, the Irishman at his peak both in terms of media exposure and physical abilities, instead of fortifying his legacy, he chose to party and drink at the bars. He exchanged both belts for booze and other substances which would quickly deteriorate the health and condition of any human, even a professional athlete. It's no wonder that such a dissipated lifestyle was followed by big scandals involving Conor's name. Inadequate behavior and different brawls are just half of the problem. Very quickly, addiction to alcohol turned into long sprees which our hero was not even thinking about getting out of, all while the scandal started to roll into one big snowball. There is an opinion that one of the reasons for an old version of collected McGregor turning into what we see now is Khabib Nurmagomedov.
I don't give a what he's going to try and do. He's going to be swinging wildly like he is, sloppy, shooting for the legs. He's an amateur. He's a 20. Would you believe he's 26-0? I've never met an unbeaten amateur in the professional game. I mean, he's f***ing hasn't fought? Nobody. Absolutely nobody. Anyone that he's half fought has been decisions. He's in over his head. I'm going to pick him apart and bully him in there and absolutely maul him. And that's it. Look what happens to you, your family, and your team even more on your own soil. I'm going to love that even more. So you just show up to this fight and we do this the noble way. Pull out and then you know what's going to happen to you back home, kid. So that's all I'll say about that. Khabib's father, lick arse, Houlihan. Post a picture of Kadyrov at this mosque and Khabib's father posted a picture up and the caption is, "Together we are stronger." It's such fake respect out of fear. The Chechens know, the Chechen people know that if the tables were turned and there was an opportunity for his father to stab that man in the back, he would do it in a heartbeat to take over. And he did not do nothing. And that's why he is a quivering coward, because he showed fake respect out of fear. And that's where that came from.
On the one hand, this statement is not groundless. A loss to Nurmagomedov in not the most competitive fight really pushed McGregor away from the UFC and the sport as a whole. But here's the thing, Conor got so deep into his addictions and bad habits that even at the press conference before the most important fight of his career, he allowed himself to drink and hope that his striking, which was stuck back in 2016, would be able to handle the hard Dagestani wrestling. Unfortunately, it couldn't. And here's what happened the day after the fight with Khabib. The Irishman was already partying and doing God knows what after he cashed out his check from the world's best league worth tens of millions of dollars. Closer to the second half of 2019, almost drowning in a destructive lifestyle, or simply speaking, drunken haze, McGregor decided to settle down. All of a sudden.
Sometimes it kind of takes me back, but I have to realise that that's not the attitude or the behaviour of a leader, of a martial artist, of a champion. So I must get my head screwed on and just get back in the game and fight for redemption, retribution, respect.
And he kind of returned with his win over Donald Cerrone in 2020. Though he was chubby, clearly aged, but still young, the Irishman managed to retrieve at least a part of that respect and adoration that just a couple of years ago was bursting out of every hole.
McGregor announces his return with a
I don't believe I'm there yet though, you know, I just still got work to do to get back to where I was. So I'm gonna party tonight, celebrate, spend time with my family and then get back in the gym and train. And any one of these little mouthy fools can get it. Even that little fool at the desk, all of them, every single one of them get a job, it does not matter. I'm back and I'm ready. Look at that fool in his bleeding house coat, this stupid tick.
In reality though, it was a false alarm. Eventually, Conor McGregor lost to Dustin Poirier, at first being focused and even too respectful towards the diamond, and then leaving the arena with a scandal after a gruesome injury at UFC 264.
Conor might have broke his ankle.
I think he broke his ankle.
Broken.
I think he broke his ankle.
Oh, no.
Wow.
This is not over. If we had to take this outside with him, it's all outside. We don't give a bollocks. Your wife is in me DMs, hey baby. Hit me back up, I'll chat to you later on. We'll be at the after party, the Win nightclub, baby. You looking bitch, you little hoe.
To recover from such a horrible trauma, McGregor needed hormonal therapy, steroids, and surgeries that you already know of good and well.
That's him now. He's super jacked. Whoa. USADA's got it.
And in recent years, once one of the best athletes of modernity, has been involved in strange activities that did not invoke anything but sadness.
Fight Canelo, no f***ing problem, yeah? Out straight, no problem.
How about you and Crutch?
What?
You and Carl Crutch.
Do like that. Carl Crutch.
So they clagged my ex-bag on the attack and
And now we got to this.
Mama, I'm gonna be back. I'm gonna be back soon, hopefully. Early 2023.
We just confirmed the coaches for season 31 of The Ultimate Fighter. Conor McGregor and Michael Chandler will go head-to-head as the coaches of The Ultimate Fighter, Team McGregor versus Team Chandler.
Conor McGregor also announced that he's in the USADA testing pool. Is that your understanding as well, or do you know if that's official?
No, he is not officially in the USADA pool. He submitted the paperwork. probably by Monday.
Ladies and gentlemen, a happy new year to you all. I'd like to announce the return date for myself, the notorious Conor McGregor, for the greatest comeback of all time. It will take place in Las Vegas for International Fight Week on June the 29th. Come a little closer. And the opponent, Michael Chandler. And the weight, Mr. Chandler, 185 pounds.
June 29th. Conor versus Chandler. 5 rounds, 170 pounds. All right, guys, here I am again. Conor McGregor is out of 303 versus Michael Chandler with an injury.
The only thing that can be said in this entire situation is that we feel really sorry for Michael Chandler, who was patiently waiting on the Irishman for all these years, spending all this time on his couch at home instead of the octagon. While the Notorious one, even during the preparation for this fight, stated numerous times that he loses the motivation to train and occasionally gets back to drinking. And also, he pulled out of the upcoming event for the first time ever, though in the past he was always proud of the fact that he performed no matter what and bashed others for such actions. But to be honest, all of that is very sad. A stunning success with the characteristic sound of money that came to McGregor after the fight with Floyd Mayweather took away from us this hungry and collected version of the Irishman forever. Undoubtedly, we understand that consumption of various substances is a personal choice, and we don't shame anybody for it, as we don't have a moral right to do that. We just simply feel sad that such a significant figure that could have achieved so many great and huge things in martial arts exchanged his best years for bad habits and addictions. Unfortunately, McGregor is not the same anymore. Now, it's an undeniable truth. We're not going to see an old McGregor ever again. He stayed in 2016 after the victory over Eddie Alvarez and a historical conquest of 2 championships.
I'm laughing, but I'm not. It's not funny, really. You know, the guy's just said, I'm not drinking today. How the f is he acting like this? Do you know what I'm saying? You can see poor Ariel. Ariel did a great job on this broadcast, by the way. He must be looking in this man's eyes thinking, you are f***ing wrecked, mate. What is going on here?